Hi, my name is Debbie Kravitsky. I've been a registered dietitian for over 30 years. Currently, I'm the Director of Nutrition at Mass General Hospital's Cardiovascular Disease Prevention Center. I've consulted for large, well-known corporations, and I've been featured in national magazines such as Harper's Bazaar and Family Circle. I've also appeared in television. I'm here to share with you accurate nutrition, evidence-based information so that you can achieve your dietary goals. Together we will shop, we will cook, and I will navigate the way. Welcome. When you learn anything about nutrition, it starts with mindset. It starts with that dialogue inside your head. You have to really know why it is that you're doing this. We make about 200 food decisions in the course of a day. That's a lot of should I have or shouldn't I have. So you have to really know why it is that you're doing this and what your goals are so that you can know how to answer that question. And you have to say to yourself, it's not that I don't like this food, it's that I want the other more. And that's going to get you on your path to reaching your goals. Having said that, it's easy to get caught up in the stress of everyday life and to forget why it is that you're doing this. It's important for you to understand the connection between eating and emotions. Say you come home at the end of a day. You're hungry, you're tired, you're stressed, perhaps you're all of them, and you come home and you find a chocolate cake sitting on your counter. So you eat it because it's there. And in that minute, gosh darn it, don't you feel better? You get a little rush, a little release, a little buzz, because it raised a neurotransmitter in your brain called dopamine, and dopamine gives you the high. If somebody gets hooked on cocaine or heroin, they do so for this rise in dopamine. What's interesting about food is food does the same thing, and the more multisensory the food, the greater the rise will be in dopamine. And what that means is, if I give you a food that's room temperature, I got you on one cylinder. If I change the temperature of that food, I make it hot or cold, I got you on another. If I add texture to this food, like chocolate chip ice cream, heck, I got you on a third. Now I'm going to add a glossy image, a fond link, a fond memory, a time in your life when you ate this food, when you were happy. Heck, I got you on all four. But just so I don't leave it to chance, I'm going to bombard you with this food 24/7 on all four street corners. You're going to come home and heck, it's sitting right there on your kitchen counter. You can't help but be drawn into the rush. But just like for a cocaine or heroin addict, this is not the high you're looking for. You're looking for the high from knowing that you're at the top of the priority list, just where you should belong. And it's part of the reason why this is so hard, because it's going to require restructuring. We often give to our friends, to our family, to work, and we forget about us. And that never works. We think we're doing right by everybody else, but trust me, it just doesn't work. So I'm going to ask you to put you back up at the top of your priority list, just where you should be and where you should remain. As you take the time for you to think, what am I going to do for food today? People who eat haphazardly throughout the day, they get into trouble. So I want you to think, where am I going to be tomorrow? Am I going meeting to meeting to meeting? Or am I going place to place to place? And what am I going to do with food? Am I going to bring it with me? Or am I ordering out? And what's in the area where I'll be? What will I be able to get which will help me to stay on track and to reach my goals? Pre-plan your meals. It doesn't have to be rigid, but it does have to have legs. It has to have a framework. Also, get rid of anything in your house that doesn't have to be there. This isn't about a test of willpower. This is about rearranging everything so that you're setting yourself up for success. I also want you to pre-plan exercise. Exercise is medicine. It reduces your risk for all chronic disease. It's your strongest connection to the prevention of Alzheimer's. So make sure you plan exercise at a time that's realistic. If you say to yourself, you know something, I'm going to exercise every day for an hour and a half, well, that might not happen. So you'll feel very disappointed and discouraged. Set a time for exercise that's realistic, that you know you can achieve. Because for each success, that will lead to your next success. Success begets success. So make small steps that are realistic. Set goals that I call SMART goals. Goals that are specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're realistic, and they're timely. If exercise is one of your goals, for example, don't just say, I'm going to exercise, because how do you know if you've achieved it or not? It's, I'm going to exercise 3 times a week, 35 minutes each time for the next 3 weeks. This is about treating yourself well and talking to yourself nicely. After you achieve whatever your goal and in the time frame that you have allotted, I want you to treat yourself or reward yourself with a non-food item. Whether it's a book you've been wanting to read, a movie you've been wanting to see, a place you've been wanting to go, a massage, whatever it is. But you can't get it unless you earn it. And once you do, set a new goal. It will help you to stay on track. In order to give yourself this kind of time, attention, and energy, you have to really feel that you're worthy of this kind of effort. So I want you to identify to yourselves at least 2 reasons why that's so. Either it's because you're hardworking, you're loyal, you're dependable, fun to be with, whatever your reasons. Every morning, I want you to wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say, I am awesome because, whatever your reasons. Promise you there's no better way to start your day. So it isn't that you couldn't have 5 bags of this, 3 gallons of that. It's that you like you so much that you wouldn't treat yourself any other way but to give yourself the best. The best in terms of fuel will be to eat the right type of fat for its effect on cholesterol and to include foods that are high in fiber and whole grain. Having said that, this is a lifestyle. It's not a diet. Diets don't work. So it's not something you're going to do for a week or 2 or maybe 3 and then you'll be done. This is truly going to represent who you are and how you navigate. So if somebody says to you, come on, be fun, let's go here. Well, if here is consistent with your goals, you say, sure, I'd love to. But if it isn't, you already know you're fun. You just identified that. So if it isn't, you say, you know something? I just don't eat like that. So I want you to really like you. This is never an issue of deprivation. Rather, it's always a matter of choice. This is about you and what you want for you. Because you like you, you don't need to stuff it anymore. Understanding the connection between eating and emotions lets you understand that and appreciate what you're doing. If you're ever found that you're eating uncontrollably and nothing is really hitting the spot, it's because it had nothing to do with the food. It had everything to do with the driver. Now, this will require the courage and the honesty to look at pieces in your life that are getting you stuck, to say, what can I change and what can I not? Because sometimes things just are what they are. But because you like you, you have the confidence and the trust in you to be able to look at these things so that now you can lift yourself up and move forward in a better way, and you don't need to stuff it anymore. Now you're going to get the highs from exercising and letting those endorphins roll. Now you're getting the high from having you at the top of the priority list, just where you belong. You're getting the high from eating well and moving. When we eat well, we move better. We've got more energy. Your mood is better. And it frames the day, giving you a much more positive outlook. You're getting the high from knowing instead of getting older prematurely, you actually can get younger. How awesome is that? So you close the freezer door, you throw away the bags or whatever, and you say, you know something, I'm not a victim anymore. No way, no how, not happening, not to me, never, ever, ever again. I'm taking it back. I'm moving over from the passenger seat where I played victim, reacting to everything around me with food. I'm coming to the driver's seat to take control, and nothing is going to feel better or taste better than that. Go you.